All right. So we have Transformers Rise of the Beast. You see the shirt. I actually showed off in a video, but just in case, this is the kitties with a little kitty that has the gold character. And I actually had this made. See the back. Y'all see it. Who's the Transformer I was there to see? But in this movie, you got like Anthony Ramos that played Noah Diaz, which I don't actually care, and I probably said this before. I don't really care about the humans and Transformers. I'm there to see the Transformers. But between Bumblebee and this movie, the humans actually made me care. I actually was invested in their story. I don't normally care about the humans. Because when people let that dialogue or this, I'm like, the humans are there to serve a purpose. They're there to be helpful. But beyond that, I don't care. The fact that like a lot of people are so worried about the humans, I'm like, were the Transformers good? Yeah. It's like when I go see a Godzilla or a King Kong movie. I'm actually not there to see the humans. The humans are there to waste my time until I can get and make a reason to why I get to the big monsters. Dominique Fishback, I really liked her in this role. I know she was in that Swarm thing. I didn't watch it. But I didn't know what the big deal about her was. But in this movie, I actually saw it. It's funny, Brianna Diaz, the one who played Brianna Diaz, Luna Lauren Velez, she's also a Spider-Verse. I'm like, okay, look at you being in some big hits. The little brother was good. They got Reek, and a lot of people in here. I'm trying to remember, because I know Ron Perlman was Optimus Primal. I think Peter Dinklage was Scourge. And they just... honestly, they just did a fantastic job. The Autobots were good. It was cool to see Optimus in a different place where he was. You know, Michelle Yeoh was Razor, which she's just been killing it the last couple of years and stuff like that. Pete Davidson was great as Mirage. That's what I was looking for. John DiMaggio was playing Transit stuff. That's what I was actually looking for. But they had some people in here. Liza Koshy, she did a great job as RC. So, with this film, I wanted to name some of the people that was in there. This was a great progression. It had great pacing. Unicron was handled, in my opinion, so well. It was such a payoff to finally get to see Unicron in one of these movies. And just the size and the scope and what he was. And yeah, they had their MacGuffins, but the way they did it this time, it just really worked. I like the way Optimus and Optimus Primal were like dealing with each other, and they kind of gave a back and forth explanation. The action was just, once it went going, it was. A lot of people keep saying Pete Davidson stole the show as Mirage. He was a standout as Mirage, period. But I don't feel like he stole the show. I feel like he was kind of the star. Like they were trying to push a new Transformer because, you know, Bumblebee got his thing. Optimus is pretty much the lead character. I felt like they were pushing to say, hey, you know what? Let's push another Transformer, and I think they crushed it. Like, stay to the after credits. There was something really awesome, in my opinion, at the after credit that I'm like, I know where this could go because I've seen it when they tried it before. Basically, touched this in comics, and I'm very excited about where this could go, kind of thing. Transformers is a big franchise, has done a lot. You will see when you see it. That's as far as I'm going to say. And the music was amazing too. It was right on point. I felt like Noah and Mirage had a more brotherly kind of thing. Even though I didn't mind Sam Witwicky and Bumblebee, I felt like it was more of human pet, smart, intelligent pet. I liked with Bumblebee with the other one, he kind of encouraged her to come out of her shell. I would like to see Haley Steinfeld's character and stuff come back to the franchise as well. But Optimus has a different mindset, and it was really cool to see his different mindset and who he was prior to the Optimus we all know and love. And it's brought movie. I thought they did a great job with like Scourge and his minions and like Beat and stuff, and just all around how they handled this movie, I think is really good. And I feel like they learned their lessons from Bumblebee. I am one of the people who did not have a problem with Transformers, except for last night. The rest of the movies, one of them, like the one previous to that, I felt like ran a little long. Like there's little things here and there, but like there are people who are like, these movies are terrible. And I'm like, it's funny because it's the same thing with Fast and Furious. You know what you're getting into after like 2 or 3 movies. By this point, if you're still going to the movies and see it, you're just complaining because it's the cool thing to do. Because if you go out of your way online and spend energy on it, I'm questioning you. Because then I'm going to be like, well, if it's so terrible, why do you, now it's like 8, 9, 10, why are you still online complaining? If you've already said this before, because I guarantee you've already said it before. So now I'm questioning you. Are you really complaining? Or is it that you like it more than you're letting on? Don't know. Because sometimes I see the same names rotate. That's why I say that. However, I think this one, if you liked Bumblebee, you're going to like this one. The progression of the story was really well done. I do think this was an improvement over previous films and stuff like that. Like I do think it was a very enjoyable film. It's surprisingly enjoyable for some people more than I thought. I was there, mainly I was like, Unicron, I'm in. And they delivered, but they delivered on the other parts too. Like I said, the transforming was great. I love how sometimes they do close-ups, sometimes they do back. So you get to see them do like a full transformation. Somehow how their weapons were coming out was really cool. It reminded me of some of the newer cartoons. Like the weapons are part of them sometimes it's not. I'm trying to think of the other things. I really like that the humans, like this movie felt like you could not have done it without the humans. And then I saw something really cool, excuse me, that they did that we've seen in some of the cartoons with some of the human interaction. And I was like, that's so cool because we've seen this from there. But I feel like the humans were majorly important to the story, and I thought that was a cool take. Because normally I'm like, you can take them or leave them. This one, no, there was a lot that involved. I also think that, I think this was a test to see if they're going to do a Beast Wars movie. I would like to see them do a Beast Wars movie. I like the way they handled them. Some of them talked more than others, but for what they needed them to do, it was completely fine. Like Razor Week and Optimus Primal and certain like characters, I was like, actually, it's totally fine the way they handled them because not all of them had anything really to say, or they talked a little bit. So like Cheetar and stuff like that. It was like, you get enough here, that's all you need. There were some emotional scenes in there with the humans and with the robots. They did some great references to previous movies in different ways and kind of broke fourth wall in certain ways, which I thought was fantastic. And if you catch it, it's like, they did that. And I just think all in all, they really handled this movie well. It felt like watching a cartoon in the best way possible. It felt like, like I said, like a crossover. Like you've seen it before, but you've seen it in this. It felt like a crossover as if you're watching a cartoon with Beast Wars or Beast Machines, either one, and Transformers. That's what I meant by like crossover. Like you see it and you feel it, and how they going forward. Now now they're there. It's like, okay, where can this go? Are we going to get more crossovers with them? Are they going to like go into the fold? Are they not? Because this takes place in the past in 1994. Is the next movie going to take place beyond the other two? Now that they kind of seem like they found this groove. So all in all, now I'm thinking about it, is a should buy. I personally think it's my favorite Transformers movie, so that says a lot. I think it's definitely a should buy. It was fun. It was action packed. It was genuinely funny. It didn't feel like they tried too hard. It felt like they really accomplished something here, and they were able to follow that Bumblebee formula, that other thing, but still didn't forget what came before and what worked before. It's like they found that groove that will work with current audiences. And honestly, it is my favorite Transformers movie to date. So I definitely say that this is a should buy. You should definitely check it out. Like I said, Unicron was amazing, and they still held some stuff that you could do later with a lot of things. Like there's some little threads throughout this whole movie that I'm like, you can build from this. And that's what it felt like. It felt like this movie can be built from, which is great. So, like I said, I have it as a should buy. You tell me what you think. I thought it was incredible. Great time. That's like 2 movies in a row. Let's see if Flash can make the trifecta. I will not be able to see Flash until like that Monday, just because I have a lot going on in Father's Day and stuff. But all in all, yeah. That's the best I could do without going into any spoiler territory too much. Like I said, the action was phenomenal. It was action, action. The character, I really liked how Optimus was aggressive. He was a little different. He was like a younger Optimus. He was still feeling his way out. Optimus Primal was great. The way they did the characters, the Beast Wars, how they did it, how they opened the movie was great. They had another banger of an opener, just like they did with Bumblebee. So that's where I'm at. You tell me what you think. Like I said, that's the best I could tell you. So the best looking Transformers, they had that 80s look, they had the stuff, the action, but the humans were, this is probably the most I've been invested in the humans, and that's including Bumblebee, and I actually was invested in the humans in Bumblebee too. But this one it is. I don't remember if I reviewed Bumblebee. I have to check. Maybe I'll go back and retroactively review all the Transformers at some point. Who knows? But stay for the after credit. The after credit was awesome. I'm waiting to see what they do in the future. There's a lot of things, the IPs and stuff, and things like that. I thought Dungeons and Dragons was pretty good. Hasbro seems to, at least so far to me, has had a good running. So I'm curious where they're going to go with this, just as a whole. Geek Protagonists, you stay safe, you stay healthy, you stay real. That's the best I can do without, like I said, spoiling anything. I think you should definitely check it out if you're a Transformers fan or if you want to see something.